Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymax, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seat belt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Another episode of Weird Wednesday is taking place live. How's everybody been doing? Got a few people in the chat room already. We've had some strange stuff going on here in Florida. As usual, no big surprise there, right? Anybody have any weird stuff happening in your area? Newsworthy weird stuff? We got a few news things I was going to read. And a couple of news items, and then we've got a missing person cold case file we're going to do, and we're going to have a couple of people come on with us that are real close knit to that case, and we're going to run the ghost box and see if we can get any clues or, voices from beyond, see if we can try to figure out what's going on with that.
Yeah, the police have given up on it, and it's been a couple of years now, and it's really hard when you just don't even know if somebody's alive or dead.
Yeah.
So any little bit of maybe validation we can get or clarification, something that might make sense.
Yeah, like Whoopi says, the coronavirus. Nothing to be worried about, right? Or is there? Speaking of Wolfie, he sent me a thing earlier this evening. And let me see if I can pull it up here. A coronavirus vaccine has been developed in Cambridge and sent in for testing. Massachusetts-based drug maker. Oh, see, here we go with the damn pop-ups. I'm like, how Jason's always like, damn it, my article disappeared. A Massachusetts-based drug maker Moderna has shipped the first batch of possible coronavirus vaccine for humans to government researchers for testing. You know, like I said,
Where does this come from?
I bet there's already a cure for it, because I still think it was made in a lab. But are they going to release a cure for it? I don't know. I think there's a master plan behind it. That's just me. I'm conspiracy theory weird, but
Definitely a master plan behind whatever this is. There was a reason for it.
yeah.
And I'm curious to know where this vaccine, though, is coming from. Is that coming from China? I was looking up just the other day if any of our vaccines do come from China. Like my mom and I were talking about it, and I think they're like American, and yeah, I think like Pennsylvania, something like that, or I don't remember, but it's America. But if it's coming from somewhere like China.
This says it's a Massachusetts-based drug maker, Moderna.
Oh, Massachusetts.
Yeah. Shares of the biotech company based in Cambridge soared early Tuesday, a day after the company said it had sent vials to the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases for early stage testing in the United States. More than 80,000 people have been infected. Damn it. Pop-up ads that like just that's one way to make me never buy this piece of shit from these people that are pop-up ads, because it just pisses me off. Can you tell? More than 80,000 people have been infected globally from the viral outbreak that began late last year in China. A total of 35 cases have been reported in the United States. More than 2,600 people have died from the virus in mainland China, including one U.S. citizen. Shares of the Cambridge-based Moderna Incorporated I'm going to throw my phone against the wall. Anyway, the shares in this company have jumped up dramatically since they announced that they have a possible cure for coronavirus, and it's being sent in to be tested. I can't read the rest of the article because somebody thinks I should read their advertisements instead of the damn article I'm trying to read.
You know what I do? Some like in the future, pull up the articles and screenshot it super fast before they pop up, and then just like read it out of your phone.
I usually just do it on my computer, but I don't have pop-ups on my computer, but my phone gets them like obviously every 10 seconds.
What article was? I mean, like, yeah, what article was that from?
Wolfie sent it to me today, and oh, sweet, my phone's getting a low battery now too. It is from NBCBoston.com. So NBC, who knows? Is it real? Is it fake? Is it just a good way to boost the biotech's stocks, because now everybody wants to buy into it? Yeah, I hate the ads too, Adriana. So on to some other Florida weird news. Here in in DeLand, which is like, I don't know, 25 minutes from where I live, 30 minutes. February 18th, a shoplifting Florida man attempted to flee a DeLand store, stripping naked as multiple steaks fell out of his pants. This is real. The manager of a Save-A-Lot store in DeLand, Florida, confronted 28-year-old Stefan Short of David, Florida, when he and store patrons saw him stuffing the meat into his pants. Well, there's some better ones after this, too. The manager attempted to restrain the Florida man, but he wriggled free, ran out of the store, and began taking off his clothes, leaving a trail of steaks on the floor. Police spotted Short running out of the store naked, and when he refused to stop, the officers tased him.
Oh, no.
According to police, he stole 4 packs of ribeye steaks, valued at $41. He was charged with resisting an officer without violence and first-degree petty theft.
Packing meat.
Yeah, he was stuffing meat in his pants. And
I hope they didn't put it back on the shelf.
oh, I know.
You think?
I don't know.
Do you get a discount like previously frozen, like previously down some dude's
Yeah,
veins?
buy one get one free. These were down the dude's drawers.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, it's Florida.
Of course it is. We have our own weird website. Florida Man. Here's an interesting one.
Is that the one you were watching earlier?
No, but Pete, the guy that he's like our local news guy here, and he's like unfiltered most of the time. When he does it live on the radio and broadcasts it on YouTube, he's kind of censored because it is on Facebook and all. But his regular news broadcasts, he's pretty uncensored, and he's not afraid to say anything, which is pretty cool because he just tells it the way it is. Here's another one. Florida man breaks into home and sucks on a sleeping man's toes. And why is it like what kind of drugs is it that people are doing that makes them always want to like strip their clothes off when they're running from the cops? Are they like faster if they're naked?
Like aerodynamic.
Yeah. It's like
But wait, had somebody broken into someone's house and like started sucking on their toes?
Well, police are on the lookout for a Florida man who broke into a home and sucked on a man's toes. According
no.
to police. Remember the one that was on Paranormal Soup, the guy that licked the doorbell for 3 hours? No, this guy took it a step further, broke in, and started sucking the guy's toes. The incident occurred on Christmas Eve in a Bradenton, Florida home, according to the resident. He awoke to find the Florida man at his feet, who then proclaimed that he broke into the home to suck some toes. He attempted to fondle the man, according to the police report. After the two got in a fight, the Florida man smashed a window.
After they got in a fight? Well, yeah.
Yeah. He smashed a window, jumped out of it, and then smashed the guy's windshield on his car. And no arrests have been made. The toe sucking bandit is still out there somewhere. So, if you're here in Florida, I want to keep
Oh
your toes
my God, I have
covered.
such a phobia. For one, for two, you don't touch my feet, you don't come near, you will get drop kicked in the face. Like no.
Yeah.
I mean, the second I would feel that, my eyes would wake up, and I don't care who it is, I would just start kicking.
Yeah. Oh man. Let's see what else is here real quick. Like, oh, I don't even know if I should read these.
Yeah, you should.
Then yeah, I should. Well,
Oh no.
there's two of these.
Is this Florida too?
Almost the same. And this one, apparently, a Florida man was at the Social Security office.
Where do you find this shit?
Florida man, floridaman.com. Florida man masturbates while waiting at the Social Security office. Really? Couldn't wait till he got home. A Florida
I
man.
guess he's waiting for a big return.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Florida man's been arrested after choosing a very Florida man way to pass the time while he waited in a Social Security office. 30-year-old James Terrell Williams was arrested March 5th after allegedly pleasuring himself in plain view of a federal employee that was assisting him with a disability claim, according to the affidavit.
Oh no.
It all started when deputies arrived at the government facility in response to a disturbance. They were told about a Florida man later identified as Williams that was pleasuring himself near a federal worker helping him with a disability claim. The affidavit states that the victim saw strings to his sweatpants flying in the air, and when she stood up, she got a full view of the Florida man going on going to town on himself. I've been in the Social Security office here in town, and there's some characters in there. I've yet to witness anybody pleasuring themselves while waiting there. It would, be like, hey, do you have a tissue?
The poor security guy is a victim also. I mean, anybody that witnessed that is a victim.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, there was another one of those stories, but it was pretty much the same thing, but it was at Walmart. Go figure.
Oh, no.
Let's see what this one is. I haven't read this one. Oh, this one sounds interesting. A nearly naked Florida man breaks into school, smears feces and cake frosting everywhere. What the hell is wrong with people? Everybody just gone crazy these days. The Florida man was arrested after deputies say he broke into a school, spreading feces and cake frosting all over the place. Surveillance footage at Bear Lake Elementary School shows the man identified as 25-year-old Christian Dominic Shea jumping a fence at the property at 2 a.m. Deputies found desks, chairs, drawers of a classroom covered in cake frosting. There was also a trail of frosting covered footprints on the floor. There was an open can of frosting in the trash can alongside a child's sweatshirt that was covered in both frosting and feces. There was also feces covered hand and footprints on a window ledge where authorities say the man broke in. A stapler was found to be placed inside a toilet, and feces frosting covered TV remote was also in the bathroom.
The TV remote.
And a stapler. Outside the school, deputies discovered a laptop in the trash and a soiled pair of underwear hanging from the building.
This kid was like going on a frenzy.
Employees at the school told deputies they recognized the Florida man from a previous incident at the school. What? He was arrested on charges of burglary, petty theft, property damage, and indecent exposure.
So, okay, the cake frosting, he probably maybe brought with him. Like, did he bring the crap with him, like premeditating doing this? Or did he crap when he was there? Like, did he bring it with him?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
And he just ran around just like freaking out, throwing stuff away.
Well, he put a stapler in the toilet. Obviously, he missed the toilet somewhere along the way for what it's supposed to be.
Right. He was near a toilet.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's a shitty way to open the show, right? Yeah, there's more. If you want to check out Crazy Florida, check out floridaman.com.
It just writes itself.
Yeah.
Hold on, I need 30 seconds right quick.
All righty. There was another Florida man that was arrested when they caught him stuffing 12 boxes of golf balls in his pants. He was at the PGA Superstore, and I guess some reason he thought stealing golf balls and 12 boxes of golf balls and shoving them down his pants was a good idea. I don't know. 2 balls in my pants is usually enough for me. I don't know why I needed 12 boxes of balls. No fridge auctions going on here tonight.
What was that?
So yeah, now on a serious note, now that it's just been all stupid and fun and games. Yeah, there has been a few other strange bodies and stuff found. Like, remember I was talking, what was it, last week? And I said, no, there hadn't been anything. And then the next night I checked the news. I'm like, oh, well, let me take that back. There's another body found.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a couple others too. And in the near area. So I don't know. We got a good homeless population here. And a few of them, I don't know, that maybe they're killing each other or what. I don't know. No idea what's happening, but you really won't find much about it in the news. That's for sure. They kind of keep that stuff on the down low. So we're going to do a cold case tonight. And we're going to, usually we do that kind of towards the end of the show, but we're going to do it more towards the beginning of the show. And we should have a couple of people that are going to come on. And this guy, his name is Jerry Browning, and he's been missing since August 1st of 2018. And we're going to run the ghost box and see if we can find out any kind of clues as to, you know, maybe the spirits want to help out. We're going to see if we can get our two other guests in the room with us. And we're going to do it pretty much like
the chat right now.
Yeah, we're going to do it pretty much like we do the Voices from Beyond, where Jamie will ask questions, I'll ask questions, and but we're also going to have our two guests that are friends with this guy that's disappeared. They're going to ask some questions as well, and see what we can hear. How's it going, Briar? What's up?
These comments are going fast. I'm trying to get rid of these trolls.
Yeah, somebody wants to buy a refrigerator really bad. Wrong show, man. You need Marketplace. Craigslist.
All right.
My spirit, this is taking its sweet time loading up. And now it crashes. Awesome. Is there anybody else that has lives in a different state that has as many crazy people as Florida? We obviously have our share times 10.
We haven't had anything crazy in a while. Not like that.
You're in California. Everybody's crazy out there.
Yeah, so nothing really like stands out.
It's pretty bad when my little town outdoes California with crazy people.
Yeah, you got packed a lot of crazy into.
Yeah, we pack. We packed the crazy in here big time.
Wow.
All right, it's finally going to work. Maybe. So yeah, if we get our other two guests in here, we'll get the case started. Arizona. You know, Arizona's hotter than Florida. It seems like there would be a lot of crazy people there. I don't know what it is here, if it's the heat, the humidity. Yeah. Walmart. I might have to go to Walmart tonight after the show, which is going to be like
Oh no.
2:30 in the morning my time. So who knows what I'll find at Walmart. I got a drain clog and no Drano.
Oh no.
Yeah. They are at Walmart. Who knows, Christina? It's always a show. Walmart at 3 a.m. in the morning. You never know what. I might see Elvis. You used to see Willie the Pimp. He was famous around here, but I haven't seen him lately. He was getting up there in years. But yeah, what you think Willie the Pimp would look like is probably what he actually looks like.
I've seen a picture that she had posted before.
Yep. Yeah, we had a picture. Sam and me were posing with Willie the Pimp out in front of Walmart. Yeah, hopefully I don't see you guys spreading poop or, masturbating in front of Walmart tonight. So who knows? Willie does wear a big hat, a big furry hat usually. Uh-oh, now I need about 30 seconds. I got to run outside real quick like. I'll be right back.
All right, getting this stuff cleaned up, and then I'm getting the spiritus loaded also. My tablet wasn't charged up. And then I was cleaning up this timeline here.
All right, I'm back.
All
Sorry.
right.
I had to go check the fridge just to make sure these vandals weren't stealing it.
Yeah.
All right. This is who we're going to be doing Voices from Beyond tonight. This is Jerry Browning, and you can see here missing since August 1st of 2018, age 37. And it's one of those people that he was at a hospital and left against medical advice. And they have video of him out front walking away. And that's pretty much the last they saw of him.
When I was talking to Sharon, is that, I didn't ask how to pronounce her name.
Yeah, I was going to ask that too.
She had said that I think he at first wanted to call a cab.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she called a cab for him.
Yeah, and then the cab like either came to the front or like the wrong entrance, and then he was just seen, I guess, walking off on his own. And I feel like, he might have gotten into a car with somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, I know in the messages when we were talking to him earlier, they had a the police and everything, I guess, had pinged the phone, and they could see that it was moving at a speed that you couldn't be walking at. But that was he didn't use his phone after, I think she said what, like 12:30 or something like that.
Yes.
So who knows? It's a strange world we live in, for sure. It's like we were talking last week with the guest on Paranormal Soup. When he brought up people that go missing in national parks and stuff. That's really kind of bizarre. You never really hear about that, but if you look it up, there's like hundreds of people that just vanish out of state,
Yeah.
parks and stuff every year. And yeah, some of them are never to be found again, and others are found, but like several states away and not enough time to get there. So how does that happen? A little bit of time travel or something going on. Who knows?
Yeah. Who did you send the link to the girls, or?
I have not yet.
Okay. You want to send that to them, and then were you getting ready to start the sessions?
Yeah. Trying to keep my windows minimized so I don't get some weirdness going on.
Let's see if I can I haven't loaded even Spiritus. I think I have enough battery now to get it going.
Here we go. I just sent them the link. So yeah, if y'all are listening, there's the link, and you should be able to join us. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and start it, and then if they jump on with us.
Wait, I can't remember my password. Okay. Uh-oh. I haven't turned it on since last time.
Notifications. You have notifications.
This is going to be a problem for a second. All right, then. So...
Yeah, I have a map of the area that they sent as well. Let me pull that up real quick.
The Spiritus. I can't even think to find it. Oh, it's because it's on my SD card.
Okay, here's a map of the area. And this is the Eliza Coffee Memorial. This is where the hospital was, right here. And this blue line is, he was seen on video walking away from the hospital right here, and heading in this direction. And that's where his phone was last getting pings at. And then it was just off the radar from there. And yeah, he's had family and police looking for him. Supposedly the police have given up looking for him now. He has a daughter, and they want to know if he's dead or alive, or I mean, he's just disappeared. Nobody's heard from him. Nobody knows anything. Just whoosh, gone. Walked out of the hospital one night and is gone. So, there's a multitude of things that could, explain it, but without any answers. Did he leave? Did he go somewhere? Did he, who knows? Who knows? Here is our guests right now. Cool. Can you guys hear? Hear is okay?
I can.
I'm having a little issue here trying to figure out why my portal sound's not coming through real quick.
Cool. Yeah, maybe one of y'all can explain a little better about the disappearance, or or what's been going on with this case. And I'm not getting audio from either one of you.
Sharon, can you hear?
Okay, I hear you.
Okay. She might be having a problem, maybe.
Maybe so.
I can't figure out where the other half of my headphone jack goes into on the back of the portal right now.
Uh-huh. How do you say her name? Is it Sharon?
She said yes.
Okay.
I don't know why she's like muted or something.
Yeah. Check. See if you're muted somewhere, because I don't have you muted.
Yeah, and you can't hear you.
Yeah, if she can't
Tried
get,
checking her. Yeah, she must be having a problem.
yeah, if she can't do that, I can give her a phone number to call in. We can do it that way too.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if maybe she's having problems. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we can see you, but we can't hear you.
She might have to call on the phone for the audio, I guess.
I don't know what's going on with this. Right now, all the lights are off on it.
Yeah, there's the call-in line scrolling across the bottom here. If you can hear me, if you want to just call that number instead, we should be able to hear you that way.
All right, I got. Yeah, I'm confused. I got power to it. And all the lights and everything are off.
I can run mine first, and you want to mess with yours while I'm running mine. Hello.
Hi, this is Shireen.
Hey, we can hear you now.
Okay, it might be because I'm on my iPhone.
Huh. Yeah, it might be. I don't know. Yeah, we could see you fine. We just couldn't hear you.
Okay.
So everybody.
You guys can't see me, right? I'm not on there no more.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. So everybody in the chat room, you can hear her, right?
Yeah.
I hear her.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Just
Yeah. I've got my ghost box running. It's been running since we started the show. Hopefully they've been listening to us and it's a little bit warmed up.
Fond of.
Yeah, well, he was at the hospital for what was he there for? Was it
Okay, so he went to. So the previous night they went over to her grandmother's house because the cab ride to the hospital was cheaper.
No.
So he says he went to the hospital because he thought he had got bitten by a spider. And he thought he had an infection from it. I think the reason why they went there, they were drug users. So I'm guessing they went to the hospital for some kind of means to obtain something. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah.
But that's why him and his girlfriend both were at the hospital together.
Okay. And she's not missing though, right? She's
No,
Okay.
She's not missing.
Yeah, I've got the map up, from that area.
Like I said, so like I got the lights back on at least.
All
So that I can call. Constantly.
yeah. No. Guys,
And he's been missing since August 1st, right?
August 1st of 2018.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any questions that you want to ask for, for the ghost box?
Well, yeah, I have,
Hello.
for the longest time, I thought he was, dead.
Yep.
Until last April. And then that's when I started to get some doubt that maybe he's not. So I guess, is he alive? Is he dead? Did somebody kill him? Did he die naturally?
He's a gosh.
All right, spirits. We're looking for Jerry Brown. Can anybody give us any clues, any ideas, any hints as to where Jerry is?
Nope.
No.
Okay, to the water to rest up.
I'm hearing no.
That's what I was hearing also.
Yeah. So he's alive then?
Is Jerry dead or alive?
Who knows?
Uh,
I'll ask again. Is Jerry alive or dead?
Yeah.
Really is necessary.
What?
It's in red water.
alive.
Yeah, I heard
I
that.
heard alive.
Ask if he's alive if he wants to be found.
Yeah, and don't.
Does Jerry want to be found?
I didn't.
Please.
What? I'd like to.
Christina says she heard alive and lost. Does anybody know what happened to him?
You. I'm
So. No.
Or no again.
Yeah.
I heard no again. Yeah. Lost where?
We're looking for Jerry. Can anybody give us an idea of where we could find him?
Sit. What? Tuesday.
Did he get a ride from somebody when he left the hospital?
Keep setting. Just gonna
Did somebody pick him up?
recognize. Not too much earlier.
Shut.
what?
Reload.
Over.
Who knows where Jerry's at?
Smith.
Smith?
Yeah, I heard Smith too.
Yeah.
Does that name mean anything?
Smith? I'm not sure if he knows anybody named Smith or not. Not offhand, but what about like Nevada?
Well-
Because
His girlfriend
last
Christina
April,
says
I started getting text messages from a Nevada area code, and the private investigator that we had hired at the time had said it was from a texting app, but it had a Nevada area code. I don't know
If it was one of those,
but
well I was just thinking about that. If he doesn't have a self service and he was at a shopping center, a Starbucks, something, he can get on Wi-Fi and use the texting app to call her. But when she said he called, he didn't ever say it was her. When she was telling me the story, she asked a little bit about who was calling her.
So the phone he had originally had when she was missing was never used after that day.
Oh,
It was I don't know if it had the battery died or he shut it off, but I called him maybe about 3 p.m. that day and it was going straight to voicemail. And according to the phone records, it was never used after that day. So I'm assuming maybe he got a new phone somewhere, or maybe, I don't know. I've always felt like the girlfriend was involved some way, like maybe she knows something that she's not saying.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to ask. Was Jerry's girlfriend involved anyway in his disappearance?
But not enough.
Nick times of
Yeah.
I heard a yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard yeah too.
Does the girlfriend ask Rob? Does the girlfriend know what happened to him?
Just spot.
Does his girlfriend know what happened to him?
So
Right.
Does she know anything about his disappearance?
okay.
Uh,
Here. Yeah.
Where is he? Is he in
Resting?
Nevada?
what?
You heard resting? Is he in Nevada?
Ella, the man.
What state is he in?
Run this. I'm just gonna run.
Friend, I heard friend something.
What happened to him when he left the hospital?
And now.
Why did he leave the hospital early? Say heroin.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Heroin.
Yep.
I heard heroin too.
If
Did
he was,
some?
I
Go
wouldn't
ahead.
past him, but from my understanding, he was more of a methamphetamine user. But he did have a long addiction to opiates.
That
Oh,
I see a mirror. You want
did he go to use when he left the hospital?
to awaken? You have 20. Done.
He came to something.
Oh no.
That would make sense if he did, because from my understanding, they had been up using meth for quite a few days prior. So if he went to buy like heroin to come down off of it, that would make sense.
And went.
He went. It said.
Yeah. It did. That was pretty clear.
It is. In the
Was he at the wrong place at the wrong time? Did he? Was there something drug related? Or did he OD?
City.
But
I just heard meth too.
Meth, yeah.
I keep
Yeah,
hearing that too.
Rick,
Awesome.
Is he alive?
oh,
Is Jerry alive?
Yeah.
I keep feeling like I'm hearing yes around that.
Yeah. I can
So that was my feeling the whole time, but
That's what the cops have always suspected, that he left to buy drugs and he either took off or he OD'd and was at the wrong place at the wrong time and they dumped him somewhere.
That's
What-
kind of how it feels.
so I keep getting a blazer, an older blazer. How is that involved?
Well, so when the cops had initially viewed the security cameras, there had been a white trailblazer type blazer on the video,
Okay.
but they had said later
Wow.
on that he didn't get into it. So that might be where that's coming from. That was on the security camera, from my understanding.
Interesting.
And also his cousin drives I don't know if it's hers, but when they came to Alabama for his search, they were driving a Chevy Trailblazer, I believe.
Okay.
Please.
yeah.
Please what?
Such.
Have any of the search teams or people searching for him, have they been close to finding him, close to where he's at?
See,
Original horror.
Zeke? I think I'm hearing Zeke. And I just noticed Christina said a little while ago Zeke.
No.
For a haircut.
Please. Bro.
Did the hospital staff have anything to do about it, anything to do with it, or know anything about it?
Then
Are you asking me?
no.
Yeah.
No. Okay. I'm sorry.
Well, just.
Asking about.
death of a
Did it say accident?
Yeah, I think it-
Yeah, I heard something about an accident.
Was his death an accident? If he,
When he was younger,
oh,
bad one, a really bad car accident.
is that what got him on opiates?
Yep. Yeah.
They even said, yeah.
He hit a tree when we were in high school, and it messed his body up pretty bad. He had to have a lot of his bones and stuff replaced with metal.
for
So he had, when he was in the hospital, they had started him on a morphine, and it started from there.
Motivation for the mud.
sweet.
It's so weird. All my things are locking up, like my Wi-Fi on the computer. The portal's still not working, and now my phone is acting weird.
I'm just gonna.
And
So-
Rob, is your camera muted, or is that just
yeah.
my mic? Okay,
Sorry.
I have to log out of Facebook and back in.
So, is there any land markers, mile markers, anything that could be, identified to where Jerry might be if something happened to him?
Well, the Tennessee River runs right through Florence. So We had thought for maybe a long time that somebody dumped him in the river if he was dead, because it would be an easy way to, I guess, dispose of him.
Give you the red.
All right, spirits, can you tell us anything that may have happened to him once he left the hospital?
Zeke.
Keep hearing that name.
Yeah, Zeke.
Julie? I don't think I'm going to get this portal going tonight, Rob.
What about his blood sugar? His blood sugar was extremely high that day because he was a type 1 diabetic.
They will return.
Did you catch that?
What was that?
I didn't. Somebody said something. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, a woman.
It was a whole like sentence.
We'll have to,
What did you hear?
Into my
we definitely have to listen back.
Yeah.
I bet there's a lot you're gonna catch because they said a lot. It's just low.
Yeah, in real time, we only get, catch a little
Yeah.
bit of it.
Right.
I noticed the article had brought up his blood sugar.
Yeah, he was treated for his blood sugar. That was what the hospital medical document said when the police got him. Was he was actually treated for his blood sugar being really high.
Probably because he had been partying, huh?
So, is there any information that you can give us that would help searchers or anybody locate Jerry?
Sorry.
And here.
Green flick. Two.
Three, and I think you're there. All right. Two. Then you wanted the final.
Do you know what's around him? Can you see what's around Jerry?
Like.
One. On my own.
More.
Fond of.
Stay organized already. I have the first out. How can
Yeah, Debbie heard it. So you said check the mud banks.
She heard it say what?
Check the mud banks.
I was just going to ask about, because I was thinking about the river, if he was in the river, mile markers or something nearby.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm asking.
I've only been there one time. To Florence, anyway.
If the guides know, do you know if he's by anything, a landmark or a mile marker or something that would help searchers? Maybe a fallen tree. Something unique.
Yeah. The Smith.
Just, hang on. It's turning.
Ah,
You awaken.
Does Collinwood mean anything?
Does what?
Collinwood mean anything?
Collinwood?
Yeah.
Well, the park that was close to where his phone last came was Wildwood.
I wonder if there's a Collingwood nearby.
Collinwood? What about his mother? I mean, you think maybe she might know something?
Yeah.
Yeah, would Jerry's mother know anything about this? Is she involved in any way?
Some of your get rid of.
I heard something about get rid of.
What?
Does she know where he's at?
Fond of.
I heard like Fonda or Fond something at
Yeah.
times now.
Okay, I asked in the beginning. I'm going to ask again. Is Jerry alive or dead?
Sudden.
It is. Commence.
I didn't really hear an answer on that one.
Mm-mm.
Again.
It's like it got really quiet.
Yeah. Okay, I'll ask again. Is Jerry alive or dead?
Get him.
It's like been really active this whole
I
time.
know. Now it's just like
It just goes quiet.
Yeah, right.
all the energy's gone.
You awaken.
Did she say we connect?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for helping.
Yeah. Do y'all have any other questions you want to ask?
I think, yeah, no, those were the more specific ones, like, is he dead? Is he alive? Does his girlfriend know something? Does his mother know something? You know, was it intentional or natural?
No.
No.
Red.
It was probably an accident, huh?
All right. One more time before we turn it off. Can the spirits give us any information, any clues, anything about what happened to Jerry?
Wow.
It's just gotten like they're just gone.
Yeah. I noticed somebody did hear a reply earlier that said it didn't hear. Maybe they.
But definitely, you know, listen back because I think there's quite a bit, and use headphones and listen between replies and responses, because I think there's some good stuff in there, maybe something that you're going to hear and it'll mean something to you.
Yeah.
I really hope that
Sass.
he's found one way or another, just so you got, the family and you guys have closure, so you're not
Yeah,
always wondering.
that's the main thing. It's, like now it's been so long that we really have kind of like drifted from what actually happened to him to we just want to know if he's dead or alive. And if he's alive, if he's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he was like at a point where it wouldn't be far-fetched that say, hey, I'm at rock bottom. I'm going to get my life straightened out and I can't be involved around those people anymore or something like that.
Yeah. That's a possibility.
Well, that would make a little bit of sense of why he disappeared and didn't associate himself with anybody if he is alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's like in a national persons missing database. He's in every police, like if he was to get pulled over in Oregon or something, it would come up that he's missing in Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah, and like Debbie said here, maybe Collinwood is a street name
By the river.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I could search. I've been to Alabama a lot of times, never to
Or a town. Maybe it's not Alabama. Maybe he left Alabama.
He could have. I mean, it would be very difficult for him to still be there and nobody noticed him. He's got very distinctive features that, would be in the information included in his description of him.
She said Christina said the spirit said water is mentioned many times, near a well or near a river, near water, something.
Water was mentioned a lot.
I was
That's what
listening for
Christina's
water.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that he had an obsession with water. He loved being by rivers, lakes. Always loved being around water.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Debbie said do a Google search on Colin. What?
yeah. And, if he was, involved with drugs,
Mud was mentioned.
if, who knows? I mean, if he owed somebody money.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
People, I mean, it's a possibility that he could have just
Had to go into hiding
just split and.
or saw something, that he doesn't want, like.
Yeah. It's a weird.
Yeah, his life had got pretty rough there before he disappeared. So, I mean, the possibility of him taking off makes as much sense as him being dead.
Yeah.
Is he close with his mom? Like, if he was hiding,
well. So her reaction to the whole thing has been very odd, especially given their closeness and their relationship. Just from being around them previously, I know that like had she not had contact with him or wasn't aware of where he might be or what was going on, she would make sure she found out. So initially when he went missing on August 1st, it was her that I was told insisted on not reporting it as a missing person.
Oh.
He kept saying, no, don't report it, because if he shows back up, he's going to be embarrassed that we put him out there. So,
or she wouldn't want to maybe pick it up for.
She's never really put a lot of initiative towards finding him. I mean, like me and his daughter's mother have always been the ones calling investigators, calling people. A few of his friends that live by me have been involved with trying to help find him, but not so much his mother.
How does she react to you guys looking for him?
From my understanding, she really doesn't show any emotion towards him being, like, she doesn't believe he's dead. She refuses to believe that. I know she was gifted a one of those Builder Bears, you know, where you can hear the voice in them.
Yeah.
Across the hand or something. And she was just like, oh, okay, thanks. Like, just strikingly odd for a mother.
That's really odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she's also in a really bad position. She was in rehab at the time for a leg amputation. And I mean, she was kind of like down to where she was at. But she's got the resources to, you know, put in elsewhere to help people, to get people involved and help and find him.
Yeah, it seems odd for sure. And it was, did you say it was 17 days before he was reported missing?
Yeah, so originally so I was contacted around August 6th, and his aunt told me, which was odd. And she said, hey, have you talked to Jerry? And I said, yeah, a few days ago. And, you know, it wasn't unusual to go weeks without talking to him. So I just assumed he was, you know, keeping to himself as usual. And she said, well, if you talk to him, you know, try to, you know, she had explained he was, you know, really bad in systems things at the time. And she said, you know, if you talk to him, let him know he needs to get help and this and that. And I said, yeah, I will. Well, then on August 16th, I was contacted again by his daughter's mother. And at this point, she said, no, he's missing. Nobody's heard from him in weeks. We can't find him. I said, well, what are the police saying? And she said, nobody wants to report him missing. So, you know, I guess that day they had finally put two and two together and realized he's missing. And I said, okay, well, I'm calling the cops in the morning. So I called the cops on the morning of the 17th to do a welfare check at the two addresses I had for him. The one he had texted me to have the cab take him to, and the one where he lived with his girlfriend. And when they showed up to do the welfare check is when she had reported him missing.
What does his girlfriend say on the whole matter?
So apparently she was sleeping in the hospital when he left, and that's the last she's heard or seen or know anything of him. From what I know, she had, you know, cleaned out the house, painted the walls, you know, did all kinds of things.
She did?
With bleach, burned big piles of trash in the back.
She did those things?
She did these things right after.
Oh my goodness.
And she had said it was because she was preparing for his mom to come home from rehab. But at the point where this occurred, they didn't have an exact date of when the mom was going to come home. In fact, she didn't come home for another month. So that's where I always felt like she was involved. She never asked any neighbors if they seen him or, you know, told anybody he was missing, nothing. Didn't even tell his daughter.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's where and I know she was at the hospital for quite some time after he left. But that's where I thought maybe it was premeditated. Like, not him leaving, but her saying, hey, Jerry left me here. Can you find him or go to the house and see if he's there? Maybe they found him. He had OD'd and they panicked and dumped his body in the river or something like that.
Debbie in chat says she also got foul play, if that means anything. And that was one of your 5 questions you sent was foul
What was
play
that?
involved.
I'm sorry, you got what?
That Debbie mentioned she heard foul play. And I thought that's interesting since that was one of the questions specifically you wanted asked.
Right.
Yeah, because you know, his family always suspected like he just had a psychotic breakdown, overdose, or he died. And doesn't know who he is because he has like this breakdown. And they're like, no, she's innocent. She would never hurt him. But from my understanding, the parents of the girlfriend were in a very bad panic to try to get their daughter out of this vicious relationship she was in with him. You know, she had gotten involved with using drugs with him and, you know, other things. And, you know, from what I was told, the parents were very desperate to get their daughter out of there or get him
Ooh.
from her. So when I found out like her father was a truck driver, that's another thought.
Wait a minute. That's
What
what they
it-
were talking about with the truck.
Yeah.
He's a semi driver,
Yes.
like a truck driver. Yeah.
But the spirit box said something about a truck.
Yeah, it did. Several times.
Yep, several times.
I'm wondering if, you know, they coaxed him by, you know, offering drugs or offering to get him high or something, and then they like overdosed him on purpose. Like they thought, you know, that was their way of getting rid of him.
Yeah.
Like purposely, like maybe put some fentanyl or something in there.
Yeah. I mean, he used both. I mean, like from my understanding, you know, like the opiates was well, I know for sure the opiates was a like addiction for 20 years of his, and then he had got into using methamphetamines and, you know, alcohol, and just it was just a cycle of addiction, one thing, you know, after another. But from my understanding, the father who drove the truck was off from work the week he had went missing.
He could also drop somebody off, like, you know, between state lines, things like that, if he travels interstate. He would have a truck to be able to put a body in to dispose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to go back and listen to that.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to
So
listen
all
to
of
the
this,
recordings.
there was weird things that had occurred after he went missing that I noticed. I kept seeing birds.
Debbie said
After
she's feeling he's either.
the song "Freebird" from Leonard Skinner came on the radio, which was a song he had always wanted played at his funeral.
Oh, wow.
So when I went down to Alabama in September after he went missing, this is going to sound strange and people were like, no way. So I noticed this hawk following me, and it followed me all the way to Alabama, from Indiana to Alabama. And I live up north by Chicago. So every 10 or 15 miles, it was like I would look up and notice it flying over my car.
Oh,
As soon as I
wow.
get to Alabama, didn't see it again.
Yeah, I know that does sound weird, but I've had that same thing happen. I had a hawk that was following me like everywhere I went for like a month. So I know that feeling.
And
Yeah, and so
birds are associated with paranormal.
yeah. What else I was told that when they had went to clean out his trailer that he owned, there was a piece of paper found that he drew with birds on it. I'm not sure. I can't remember what else was on the paper, but I know there was a distinct picture of a bird flying. So I mean, that all this, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's dead. But then in April, I got these text messages from this weird phone, and you know, I started getting them in the middle of the night, how he would always call in the middle of the night, weird hours, early in the morning, never during the day like normal people, because it's like he was up all night and down during the day.
Yeah.
So I kept, you know, I said, Jerry, if this is you, just let us know. I mean, you don't got to come home. We just want to know if you're okay. And they would never answer. But the way he was talking was like how Jerry would speak.
Wow.
But his girlfriend would also know that. And those text apps, those spoof apps, can make it look like the call's coming from anywhere.
Yeah.
And why were they cleaning his trailer out if he's missing?
Well, so his mom had to go into a nursing home.
Okay.
After she came home, she went back to the house where they lived with the girlfriend for a short while, but I guess the burden of taking care of her because she had a leg amputation was just a little too much. So she ended up going into a nursing home, and when she went into the nursing home, the Alabama, the state took anything she had worth money, like properties, money in the bank, insurance policies, things like that. They took anything worth of value to pay for her nursing home. And there was a property she owned with a trailer on it that he used to live in that still had items in it. So they had went over there to see if there was anything of value there. And I guess that's when they found the paper with the birds on it.
Is your ghost box on at all, Jamie?
No, I'm hearing that too.
You're hearing that too?
Yeah. And some people in chat are hearing it.
Mine is completely off. It's not on at all. And I'm hearing.
And what is it?
I'm hearing some whispery.
Spirit whispers.
Oh, I heard that the whole time Jamie was messing with her box, but
Yeah, hers is off. And
yeah, I've already unplugged everything and put it all away.
Earlier, when she was saying, I'm trying to do this and it's not on, I kept hearing the whole time something. And then I thought you had your box on and it was down. So then Jamie said her box wasn't even powered on. There was no lights, no nothing. And I was like, oh. And you said yours wasn't on, but it was low. So I don't know.
Interesting.
There's going to be some interesting playback. I know that. There's going to be a lot of answers in there. For sure.
Well, I really appreciate you guys taking time to do this for me. It's just been like a dead end from the day one. We've hired private investigators. They really turned up nothing. There was a while back a skull that was found, but I guess it turned out not to be his. I was dead set on believing he had died until last April, and that's when I started to become a little unsure that maybe he might still be alive somewhere.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned April in chat. They said they don't know if April's significant, but they heard.
Yeah, that's right.
April mentioned. Yeah.
April's when I started getting the messages from that weird phone number. That's April.
Yeah, April
was also the last month I actually seen him in person. A few years back, I was down in April and visited him.
Yeah, I saw it. Somebody had posted that in chat, and I was thinking it was like somebody's name, but yeah, I didn't even think of that until now.
Yeah, last April is when I started getting those weird text messages.
We should have asked who was behind the text messages.
Yeah.
There was a question, Jerry. So Jerry and I had this question where if there was ever a situation where he wasn't sure it was me or I wasn't sure it was him, to ask it. And when I asked the person messaging me, who was his fifth grade teacher, because him and my son had the same fifth grade teacher. And that's something nobody knew but me and him. So, if it would be like a situation where nobody could pretend to be him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they wouldn't answer it. They're like, they just wouldn't answer it.
That's telling.
I'm missing, or, that's me, or, what, and I even tried to say, I said, I have to go to Alabama. My friend's mom passed away. after having her legs amputated. And the person was like, "Oh, that's sorry to hear that." Like, yeah, right. I know that's not true.
Yeah.
That's
Christina
really
asked
telling.
if 9 or September has any meaning.
September
Or 9.
September 9th?
Christina just said 9 or September have meaning.
September was when we had the search. This is weird because his cousins had went to a psychic last summer, I believe. And September came up, I believe, in her reading as well. And water came up in it a lot. I can't remember what their reason was for seeing the September, but I know that was the month we had the search.
Yeah, like Lori said, I heard the name Matt in there several times, and she put in here that the detective's name is Matt Horton.
Yeah, Matt. Yeah, detective, if that's what you want to call him. Yeah. He's not very well. Here's what my thought is on that. Like, I feel like they see Jerry as another drug addict gone missing.
Yeah.
So they're not really going to put the effort or money or resources into trying to find him because, one, he's not a woman and he's not a child. That's where they really put their effort. If you're a missing woman or a missing child, because there was a woman who went missing right around the same time as Jerry did, and they were on her investigation like flies, and they found her. They found her remains.
I was thinking the same thing, that chances are they're not going to look as hard into this one.
Yeah.
No. They never suspected foul play. They never suspected the girlfriend was involved. They never, but they never also looked at it as possible foul play. They always looked at it as he just went and bought some drugs somewhere and died.
Or just went off and is part on a binge.
They never considered the fact that maybe, there are people involved. It's like they didn't take the investigation and look at it from that angle. So, when I had asked the detective, why aren't you guys looking at it like this? He's like, well, we don't have anything to indicate that that's the case. And I said, there's nothing to indicate that it's not either. So,
yeah.
It could be either or. He could be alive, or he could, maybe there wasn't foul play, but you guys don't know because you're not looking into the possibility that there might be.
And when they get the tunnel vision, there's just no changing it. You have to have something big.
And I contacted the sheriff, I wrote the FBI, and don't really get no reply.
And by now, the remains would be pretty much bone, and
well,
I don't know
here's the thing about Jerry, though. So if he, I told the cops this when they had first talked to me about what my conversation was with him the day he went missing. So Jerry had a lot of metal in his body from his car accident. He had metal plates in his face. His left elbow was pins and screws and a plate. His left foot. His right femur bone was completely replaced with a rod.
Oh.
So if he had decayed, they would still be able to know if it was him with the, with the metal in his body.
I was going to say it'd be hard to find him, especially if his bones stuck in the mud. But when you just said that, I'm wondering if any of that would pick up on a metal detector if somebody, were to search with a metal detector.
When you said, or who said heroin?
Yeah.
So when we were searching for him, we searched west of the hospital. And I remember walking around this neighborhood, and there was a random guy walking down the street, and we stopped and asked him, hey, have you seen this guy? We showed him a picture of Jerry. He said, no. He said, but this is a really bad area. And I said, well, what do people come here to get? Heroin or meth? He said heroin. So that's weird that came up, because that came up the day we were searching for him, which was weird because I've never known him to use heroin. I've known him to use like pills, but not heroin. But I think he was desperate to get something that day to come down, maybe off the methamphetamine high.
And the heroin would do it, especially if he couldn't get pills.
Yeah, because it's cheaper from my understanding. I don't know that, but this is what the people are telling us.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely cheaper.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for putting this out there, because talking about it, getting a space out there again, if he is still around, people might see this and say, hey, I see him working at a 7-Eleven, or, somebody might have heard something, somebody talking, and we've got the phone number on is that still the number that somebody would contact on the flyer if they had information?
Yeah, that's the detective phone number at the police department, at the county sheriff's department on the flyer. Yeah, that is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that could just spark, just anything. Even if somebody knows anything, has heard anything, just please contact the authorities. And
yeah, and I really appreciate you guys putting this out there, because it's like it just went dead for so long that people are just forgetting that he went missing, and his birthday was just yesterday.
Oh.
Which he would have been 39. So that's, maybe that's where the 9 came in. I'm not sure. But I had the recording from the other reading, from the psychic reading his cousins went to, and I'm trying to remember. I know September came up in that reading. I'm trying to remember what they had said it was for.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, another mention is next week on Paranormal Soup on Sunday, Robbie Thomas is going to be on there, and if he's taking calls, maybe call in and see if he has anything to say.
Yeah, I'll definitely put that down, because it's just interesting to see what there's so many scenarios of what could have happened to him that it just, now we're just like, okay, is he
alive or what? Yeah.
Is his family involved? Because, more so his mom, not so much the rest of his family, because like I said, she's been just odd, and people have perceived her as being the grieving mother that, was so good to her son, and she was, but there was also, some negativity to their relationship that I don't think a lot of people knew about. So, when you push people to their limits, it's kind of unpredictable how they react.
Yeah.
Even parents.
Yeah. It seems pretty odd that, a mother wouldn't want to know something, kind of pursue it a little more. I don't know. Seems odd to me.
Yeah. And I think, I would hate to think that she was, but it's like she would have the perfect, well, I'm in a nursing home, I can't really do too much, but I could tell you, as a mother, if my child went missing, I would be out there walking.
Yeah.
Day and night if I had to find him.
Yeah, weird.
Rob, I hear that sound, and Lori hears it right now too. Remember a couple weeks ago when I was like, do you have a TV on? Or I hear like a woman murmur, whatever.
Yeah.
It's doing it now. It's that same thing, and Lori hears it too.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So there's not a TV on, right?
No, not in here.
No, I don't have a TV on.
Weird.
Well, I really appreciate everything you guys did, and I'm very grateful for being able to come on and talk to you guys about this, and hopefully get his picture and name out there again. And, like you said, if somebody maybe sees him or knows something, or, be like, maybe yeah, I was in that area that day. I think I seen him getting into, a car or something.
Yeah.
They could.
Yeah, I mean, it's some people think it's weird, talking to a ghost box to get answers, but sometimes things come through, and especially when you're not getting answers from anywhere else. I mean,
None, not even just nothing. It's just nothing. So where he went missing from the hospital is not on like a county road or highway or something. It's like dead smack in the middle of it. The building has since been torn down because they opened up a new one. But I think I just heard that whisper.
Wow.
The building has been since torn down, but it's right dead smack in the middle of town. So you would think if a gas station, an ATM, or something would have a camera that would have picked him up going some direction.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got the map pulled up right now, and I mean it's you can see it's not like a rural area. There's buildings and roads and everything. No, it's not.
I mean, he lived, I think, in a rural area, if I'm not mistaken, but like I said, the water, that makes a lot of sense because that's always something that's come up in my dreams, water. That's where I originally thought he was dumped in the water somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. And
thank you so
Audrey.
much. Have a wonderful evening.
Night
now, not evening.
Yeah, you too.
Well, it's evening where you are, right? You're in California?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm in Florida.
Okay. Oh, you're in Florida. I was just in Florida not too long ago, actually. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful night. I really appreciate all the help. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Well, I heard that loud whisper right when we were about to hang up. It was like,
yeah, it was weird. I was hearing some strangeness. Like when we were talking, it was like somebody was in the background, like weird.
Well, it sounds like we got some relevant responses this time.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it helps anything or not, on the research side of it, it shows again when we're talking about a whole other case, the chatter and verbiage and everything surrounding it pertains to what we're talking about, and we're not getting like repeats from things from the sessions before.
Yeah. And again, I mean, there's always that skeptic in me that is like, I always question stuff but like, I heard the name Matt several times.
Mm-hmm.
I said it, that Matt is at the bottom of the flyer, and the numbers and, references to meth and heroin. And I mean, that's not something that normally just comes up in a ghost box session. It's pretty relevant to kind of what we're talking about. So things that make you go,
Definitely.
Well, we got about 15 minutes, a little over 15 minutes left. And,
all right. So, card roulette.
Sure. Yeah, that'll definitely be a good one to listen back to, because I think there was some stuff in there for sure.
I still hear the woman murmur. And she's like, yeah. Hello, little Dorit. I couldn't reply to you too. All right. Who would like a card reading? I don't know. What are you using tonight, Rob? I'm using these ones. I still hear it. So weird.
I mean, it may be the TV out in my living room, but I don't. It's not like a whispering sound. I mean, I was hearing something that was like,
Like when we hung up the phone.
yeah. I looked down to make sure my ghost box wasn't still on, because I know when I have it running, even if I have the sound all the way down, sometimes you can still hear a little. You know, you can hear voices. But
A little bit of it.
It is completely off. So I was like, "Is your ghost box on?"
Is your ghost box running? You better catch it. Trolls. 15 damn minutes
Yeah,
took me to clean that crap up.
yeah. I had too much going on. I was just letting it go. I was like, "I'll get bored of themselves looking that."
Yeah.
But no, they just kept going.
It's so weird them having these connection issues like on devices that shouldn't all be having issues together.
So, what cards do you have?
I'm doing the Moonology deck.
Ah.
I can't get in the chat to see if anybody's saying anything.
Who wants a moon card from Miss Jamie? Debbie said she'd love a card.
All right.
The deck just tonight.
Got you, Debbie. What's that?
She says she'd love a card. What are the deck choices? Jamie's got the Moonology cards, and I'm gonna pull some from the Conscious Spirit Oracle deck.
What's your poison?
Cool, Audrey. Anytime. That's what we like to do. You know, it's always fun to run the ghost box, but if we can actually help a situation, that's a huge plus. Audrey says she'll take a card. Debbie wants one from the Conscious Spirit deck, which I have. And Adriana wants a moon card.
You want to pull one for Debbie?
Okay.
I'm just trying to get back in the chat. My app keeps kicking out. It won't stay on.
I pulled the third eye chakra for Debbie, because I see the wisdom of my higher self and apply this wisdom in my life. And there's what that card looks like. And your third eye chakra card. The third eye chakra is linked to light, intuition, and self-reflection. Its name is Anya and means to know or perceive. The color associated with this is indigo, and it's seated above and between the eyebrows. The card is a reminder to you that we all have the ability to awaken intuitive and psychic powers within us. Guidance from the higher realms often come to you as a gut feeling. Learn ways of developing this intuition. By learning to tune into your intuition, you will be guided to make the best choices in your life. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Keep a diary of your intuitive feelings and experiences as well as your dreams, and you will discover that the more open you are, the more accurate these feelings will become. Trusting your intuition will also help release your fear and instill more confidence within you. Remember to honor and encourage this ability in others so they too can become masters of their own lives. Again, that was the third eye chakra card. And that kind of, I think that sort of resonates with you, Debbie. Because I know you've been working on your skills.
Yes, she has. Okay, I'll do one for how do you say your name? Azriana?
I think that's it. Of course, we could be butchering her name.
I always see it and think it looks like such a pretty name, and I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it. We've got emotions are running high, and that's a super moon card. So this card suggests that the answer to whatever you're asking is right large like the silvery full moon set against the velvety night sky. If you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as a job or a relationship, the answer is very. To use common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's right under your nose. This card is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up, but you may find that there's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that the opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day, so take action. So to tune to the moon, you would say success is close. I just must trust. And additional meanings are that a resolution to your question is closer than you might think. Don't ignore the obvious. Something exciting lies ahead. Make sure you don't blow events out of proportion. And speak to the goddess and ask her for assistance. That's a pretty good card there.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to pull one for all three. This one is at days in rest. I may find peace in nature and rest my body and mind in order to connect to spirit. This card looks like. like the artwork on the back of these cards too. That's the main reason I picked this deck when I got it, and I just like really dig the artwork on 'em.
Oh, wow.
This one says, "This card is a reminder that rest is necessary and a part of life as work is. Your body and mind need time off from the hectic pace of life. Whether you take an hour off during the day to recharge your batteries, or a day or a week off from work, you need to do this. By running on empty, you are unable to put 100% effort into your work and life. Eventually, your body will manifest symptoms of disease to force you to take a break. Do not let it get to the stage. Recognize and respect your body's signs of overwork and fatigue. Time off in nature is extremely beneficial to recharge and re-energize your body and mind. Create a tranquil sitting area under a tree in your garden. Spend a peaceful hour sitting grounded to Mother Earth each evening instead of sitting in front of the TV or computer. When you take a break from work or situations, you are able to view them from a different perspective. It's only when you step away from your life that you can truly see your own accomplishments." And that's something that I do myself when I get to a point of just stressed or overwhelmed or just not feeling good, whatever. And I know, Jamie, you do kind of the same thing. I go outside like barefoot and put my feet in the ground, or I go to the beach and just hang out by myself. I think grounding is a definite plus. It works for me.
Definitely. These purple
Besides
lights.
that, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Said it in the movie, so it's got to be true, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think everybody has to take some time out for themselves for sure. I think Tyler wanted a card somewhere in here. Yep. Yeah, Zariana just said Zarya is easier to play. So there you go, Zarya. That is easier.
Channeling the energy of my homie.
Yeah, I'm gonna meet Wolfie at Walmart. We're gonna stop meeting at him. Excuse me, what are you doing? I'm grounding, man. I'm grounding. I'm ground beefing, man.
Ground beefing. What do you need to release?
Night, Christina. Thanks for hanging with us.
Good night, Christina. Thank you for your help with the great EVP ear.
Yeah.
How do you say did you say waning moon or waning moon? How do you pronounce that? Waning?
I've heard waning.
Waning?
Yeah, but I don't know 100%.
I was like thinking, how the hell do you pronounce that?
I think waning sounds right.
The waning moon points to what's falling away. Life goes in cycles, and sometimes we need downtime. or to let go. Kind of like what you were just talking about. No matter what, no matter when in the moon cycle you pull this card, it's a sign that a situation has peaked for better or worse, and it's time for you to go easier. It's the autumn and winter of the cycle. So what do you need to what do you need to release? Almost certainly something from your situation you're asking about. This card can be very positive, but it can be gently suggesting that you let something go and stop trying so hard. And before I give the rest, right now is a new moon, and that's like the perfect time to actually do releases and like let go of things that are no longer serving you and just release it. So to attune to the moon, you would say it is safe to let go and to move on. Additional meanings for the card is move forward with as little resistance as possible. This is not the time to start new projects. Releasing emotional baggage is recommended now. Say sorry to someone. Do energetic work such as meditation or yoga. Soon you will see what lies ahead. I'll take a picture for you also.
Anybody else want another card before we bail on out of here? It would be about that time. Yep, that was Tyler's card, Lori. I most certainly can do a card for your mom, Wolfie. It is the movement meditation card. I celebrate and honor my physical body through dance and movement. And that card says, standing still, maintaining the status quo, and stagnating are the results of lack of movement. Our physical and mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies can only grow and develop if we move. Take some form of action. Movement brings an added spark to life. This card may be an indication that you are not getting enough physical exercise. So, like I said, we're meeting at Walmart because we'll be running from the cops. You are a physical being. Honor your body by walking in nature or dancing and stimulating your heart. Mental movement and action are just as important. Start a new hobby or study further. Do something you have always wanted to do. If you are an exercise junkie, this card may be telling you to slow down a bit. Do not overtax your body. Perhaps you should try alternative form of exercise. Yoga, Tai Chi are great workouts for body, mind, and soul. Do not focus on your physical body at the expense of your emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. It's weird. Wasn't your card just talking about yoga too, or something?
One that I read.
Yeah. Did it say something about that?
I feel like it's something you read. I don't know. Did you?
Maybe it was the one I read earlier. Yeah, that's weird. I've been me for myself. I've been my niece is a yoga instructor, and I also have a really good friend that's a yoga instructor, and I've been thinking about going to her class.
You know, I've been thinking about starting something like that, anyways, because it's kind of like the next step in like my meditations between that and kind of the stretches I have to do for my back because I can't, do normal stuff like I used to.
Yeah,
But I realized like the stuff I do to like stretch myself out is kind of like almost like yoga poses. So I'm like, well, dang, I should probably look into some of that,
yeah,
like the positions for, people that have, chronic pain or
yep.
issues.
That's what I have for sure.
Eyes got some issues.
Yeah, me too. I have, like my neck is screwed pretty much. Everybody's always like, "Your neck hurting? Something wrong with your neck? You can't move your head very far." I'm like, "Yeah, my neck's screwed up.
Yeah.
It is." What's the word I'm looking for?
Fubar?
Yeah, foobar is a good one to describe it. Fused. That's what it is. I have very limited mobility in my neck.
Yeah, I can turn like to here, but then like to look all the way over, I always have to like go like that.
That's cool, Woofy. Your mom was told she needs to start physical therapy, so maybe that card was saying something.
Yeah.
Well, cool. That brings us to another end of the show. It was an interesting one. We started out talking about stupid stuff, weird crap here in Florida. Literally crap, smearing crap and cake frosting in a
And cake frosting. I want to know what kind of frosting it was.
chocolate. Wait a minute. Is that poop?
Was it rainbow sprinkles?
Yeah. Yeah, Tai Chi is good for chronic pain. That's what I've heard. Not what
Yeah.
experience because my fat lazy ass hasn't done it yet, but yet.
Dude, yeah. You sit there skateboarding, bike riding, surfing.
Yep. It is pretty funny when I go to the skate park because, like, you get some kids out there that are just like, I'm a fat old dude here, get out of here. You shouldn't be here. But like these little kids,
Boomer.
yeah, boomer, exactly. But I had like a bunch of little kids come up and they're like super cool. They're like hanging by my side, One little kid was like, "What's the biggest drop in you can do?" Like, you see it right now, man. When I was your size, I could do anything. I said, I'm starting all over again, man. Kid's like, I can drop in on the 6-foot ball, but the 7-foot one scares me. You want to go do it with me? And I'm like, no.
Don't want to die today.
Yeah, you're not big enough, dude, to carry me out of here. So I'm just gonna hang out in the little side here in the kiddie pool.
Well, they could have, strapped you up to some skateboards and rolled you out.
Yeah, Yep. Well, cool. Thanks everybody for being here, and yeah, like Jamie was saying earlier, thanks for the EVP ears because we're goofing around and stuff, but that's a serious case looking for somebody that's been missing, and while it didn't sound like Jerry's mom was that interested, I don't know the whole situation there, but I know he has a young daughter, and I know that she would like to know what happened to her dad one way or the other. So who knows?
God, my connection looks so bad.
You're a bit blurry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cool. Good night, everybody. And
Good night.
thanks for being here once again. And we'll see you Sunday for Paranormal Soup. The guest is supposed to be Robbie Thomas, but I just saw earlier that Debbie said his sister passed away.
I saw that too. I was going to mention it when you brought that up.
Yeah.
So I thought about that when I saw the post.
Yeah. So maybe he'll be there. Maybe he won't.
And maybe it'll be open lines if not.
Yep. But we'll see you guys Sunday and then again next Wednesday. Take care. Have a great rest of the week. Bye-bye.